Hey, it's Webster. We're backstage at Outside Lands in Golden Gate Park with Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys. Hi, Dan.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us today. Can I ask you before we get started? I see Black Keys wine glasses over there. Very nice. And a hockey puck. Yeah, this is a Black Keys wine glass right
That's
here.
our new business. We're getting into the wine glass business.
All right.
We did a lot of market research. And look at that. Outside Lands Festival. Huh. Cool.
And kind of a commemorative glass because this is the last stop on the Black Keys tour.
Turn Blue Tour. Yeah.
You going to have a chance to catch your breath here?
No, not at all. I'm off the stage and back to LA to go work on some more music.
Like the Arcs, which I want to talk to you about if you're up for that, because I'm very excited to hear what the entire album sounds like. The album, Yours Dreamily, due out in about a month, right?
September 4th it comes out. We played our first show last night in LA, in East LA, Boyle Heights. Yeah, it's exciting. We have a video coming out next Friday, and it's lots of cool stuff.
Let's talk about the Arcs, because these are people that you've known in some cases for a really long time, people you've worked with as musicians, as producer, right? How did this all came together pretty quickly?
Well, besides, other than Pat, these are my oldest musical buddies. We make records together, and that's how we met, was through music, and became friends after that. But over the years, whenever we had free time and we were in the same place, we'd get together and we'd record. And then Leon Michaels and I got together like 7 months ago to go through those recordings just to see what we had, because we didn't know. It'd been years, and we just were chucking them on the computer and not thinking about them. Yeah. And we had 75 songs. So we just sort of, at that point, made a decision that we should figure out a way to share this music. And so the Arcs, basically, for us, is that platform to be able to do music, play shows if we want to, and release it.
Now, we should be clear, I think, with 75 recordings in the can in various stages anyway, this doesn't sound like a side project. This sounds like another Dan Auerbach band, right?
I've never called it a side project. It's a band, yeah. And some of my favorite people, some of my favorite musicians, and it's a real team effort all the way through.
From your Facebook page, I saw that you played, as you said, you played the gig last night in LA. This is the first time you played together?
It's the first time. Yeah, it's the first show we've ever done.
Was there any rehearsal involved, or did you guys just take the stage? And
we had a day and a half of rehearsal, and which wasn't enough time, but we made it happen, and I think it went well.
So the album's out, you said September 7th, September 4th, about a month from now. There's a tour in the books once that comes out?
Yeah, we're planning on touring in November, December. We've got some U.S. dates and some Western European dates.
Are we talking like theater shows, things like that, arena shows?
Yeah, theater shows, yeah. Yeah, we're going to start out with theaters, I think.
Very cool. I was reading some comments you made about the influences on the album, and being that we're in San Francisco, I wanted to mention that you name-checked the Grateful Dead and some of their albums that in particular affected you as a fan, and how you kind of created the album, the Arcs album, in that light.
Well, yeah, I mean, this city, anybody who picks up an electric guitar has been influenced by San Francisco. So all the great recordings came out of like Wally Heider's studios, and all the Creedence recordings cut here. Just so much that's been made in San Francisco has influenced me over the years. Not to mention the first show I ever went to was the Grateful Dead with my dad in Ohio. So, but yeah, no, I get inspired by that era of music making because it was just so creative, no limitations other than how many tracks you had with the tape. But other than that, you could do anything you wanted to. And that's why some of those recordings are still so interesting, Yeah.
Is that you're obviously working multi-track in your studio in Nashville, where you did some of the recordings for this album. I know you did it elsewhere as well.
No, it's not about the recording gear. It's just about the spirit of that. We're not trying to recreate any old sound or anything, because we listen to modern music, but yeah, we do. I do love the spirit of that time period and that time period of recording specifically.
I saw you said at one point that this is an album that gives you, and a band that gives you an opportunity to be weirder, to be a little bit weird.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's idea of weird is different, I guess. So I don't know what the hell it is, man. It really. honestly, there are some songs I really wouldn't even know how to describe. This is the kind of thing that you have to listen to for yourself and make up your own opinion about it, really.
Well, I will say the two songs we've heard so far, including "Gotta Get Away," which is being heard on KFOG and sounding really good. You're right. It's a couple of really different sounds, and I'm looking forward to hearing the complete package because Out of My Mind. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Out of My Mind. It gives you completely different sounds from song to song, and I'm looking forward to hearing the album for that very reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was fun, and it's interesting too because as soon as we gave it the name, the Arcs, and we had this platform, everyone's kind of focus got tighter, and we started to work a little bit better, and we just the record comes out September 4th, but we have so much more music already finished that we're ready to share too.
Bodes well for the live shows too. I can't wait to have you guys back in that incarnation.
And all the guys are such great musicians that it's so exciting to be able to play music with them.
Well, we're really pleased that you're wrapping up the Black Keys World Tour here in San Francisco at Outside Lands and taking the time to talk with us here at KFOG. It's Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys, backstage, Outside Lands with KFOG.